So Deslyn, thank you so much for taking time to talk with me today.
It's my pleasure.
I'd like to know more about you and your role with FCP Living as a caregiver.
Yeah.
And for starters, could you just tell me what made you choose this profession?
Well, I would like to say first and foremost, FCP is an amazing company. I think it always stands for Family Preferred Care, because that's how I feel. I would always say that healthcare chose me. I come from a strong business background, and I started out healthcare 18 years ago after being in the United States for 20. But I started out because a caregiver needed a break.
Oh, so
That is how it all started.
Interesting. Okay. So how did you end up with FCP Living? What made you choose us?
Well, FCP was one of the many companies, because being in the United States for this long, I have never gotten the opportunity to go anywhere because I was always in the office, busy, sending healthcare workers into the field like myself. I was a scheduler and an office manager back in Florida. That's what I did, sending caregivers into homes. And so, because I had my son as well. So FCP was one of the companies that reached out, and I must say their professionalism of their recruiter.
Wonderful.
And yes, their swift action to get me out here, their enthusiasm, and I really wanted a change. And I thought getting back in the field and being able to travel and meet new people would have been a fit for me.
Wonderful, and it is a good fit.
Yes,
and
it
we're
is.
so happy you're here, Deslyns. So, Deslyns, do you have any interesting or funny stories from your times with your clients at FCP Living?
Definitely. I would like to share the story of Mr. Guy Stoy, who I must say welcomed me with open arms, him and his spouse. And it was my first case and first family that I was blessed with FCP. I came on to take care of Mrs. Stoy and is now continuing on with his spouse. Mr. Stoy always considered me as part of the family,
Yes, he did.
not a caregiver. He would always say that to me. You're not just my caregiver, you're family. And I can never forget those words. He would be fondly remembered, sadly missed.
Yes.
And I must say, caregivers that are in the field, we too are individuals and we too are people, and to be accepted into someone's home is a big deal.
Yes.
So I would like to say, yes, that was quite the experience for me with this family and working with FCP, because I'd like to also mention that we have some very loving and caring people, not only in people's home, but people out there in the fields that are willing and able to help. So I'd like to say thank you to them as well.
Your support system.
Yes, definitely.
Wonderful.
Definitely. FCP, I have not had any problems whereby I can call the office at any time, get my documentation in a timely manner, have an actual person pick up on the other end. And I must say that for me in a company, that's why I would like to stay with FCP for as long as I can, hopefully until retirement. Because I find that not only being a caregiver in a home, but being part of something bigger than yourself is definitely something to be a part of.
Yes. Wonderfully said. Wonderfully said.
Thank you.
You're a very special caregiver, Deslyns.
Thank
and
you so much.
I saw you with Guy, and I saw how you both interacted.
Yes.
And how you interact with Ann, and it's just, you've been a blessing here. So.
Thank you so much. As I said, I love what I do very much. I take pride in what I do. I myself was paralyzed from the waist down and had to depend on a caregiver at an early age. When I gave birth to my son, I was not fortunate to be in the United States. I was in the Caribbean, and I became sepsis. Coming back to the United States, I got keloid skin on the inside of me, which caused growth to pin my spinal cord down, and I fell down at work. And watching how a person can depend on another person it makes me want to be in the field. As much as I come from a business background, I take very much pride in the families that I take care of because they depend on us. We are there. They're there. We're meeting people. In my country, we have a saying, once a man, twice a child. And we're meeting these people at the point of their life when they're going out, when they want us to be there for them. And if they can accept us as family, we should be able, as caregivers, to give them that same respect.
Yeah. And it enables them to be able to remain in their own home.
Remain in their own home, have the kind of care that they cannot get. A live-in is not only a person that can come and give companionship. A live-in is your nutritionist. A live-in is your comfort care. That's your go-to team. So when you are there, you're that person's everything.
Yes.
You are that person's everything. So you must be able to, just how you rely on people, people rely on you. And to take pride in what you do as a caregiver is one of the most special jobs. As I said, I've been on both sides of the spectrum, and I would not give up being in the field for anything.
Good.
Because there's no such people as just a caregiver. You're
Wonderful.
just giving care.
Wonderfully said. Thank you, Deslyn. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
You are welcome. You are welcome.